Hello, everybody. This is Kenny Cummins here. I'm chilling with Kenny C right here on tmvcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. This is my first live show of 2024, which means this guest is my first live guest of 2024. She's the queen of the garden. She's an internal enigma. She's the poisoned rose. My guest is Tegan Rose. Good evening, Tegan.
Oh, thank you so much for that lovely introduction.
Appreciate you. As I said before I pressed the record button, she's got the Are You Afraid of the Dark vibes. For those that don't know, that's a TV show for Nickelodeon back in the day. So look that up if you don't know what that is. That's an entertaining TV show. A little scary, but it's a good show. So how is your 2024 thus far?
Here we go.
Tegan, are you there?
Yep. I'm here.
Okay. How is your 2024 thus far?
Hello?
Oh, there she is. There we go.
Haha.
So as I
Okay.
was saying, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I heard that. How was your 2024 question?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going good. I unfortunately had a knee injury that kind of took me out at the end of 2023, but hopefully very soon I will be back in the ring if I get the good to go from the doctor.
Gotcha. So with that being said, once you do get the green light for the doctor that you are clear, what are you looking forward to this year as far as promotions, as far as opponents, championships in particular? What are you looking forward to once you are medically cleared to compete?
I am the show that I work at majority of the time, Supreme Wrestling, has a women's championship tournament going on. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be in it yet, but if I'm not, that's going to be one of the first things on my bucket list when I come back is to come for that championship because that's my home promotion. That's the starting point for me, and the fact that we would even have a women's championship with all the years I've been there and I've seen women just come and go. It's a huge, huge moment for the company. And for the fact of the matter that I can even go for it, it like fills my childhood heart with joy. Outside of that, I am looking forward to traveling to more states, hopefully, working on getting licenses and stuff so I can reach other states and other promotions and expand more all over the Midwest.
So I've heard of you last year. Um, I think you worked for XCW, and you went up against Mercy. You're
Yes.
building a rivalry with Mercy. She just been wrestling for a few years now. Y'all two have been going back and forth for the women's championship, and Mercy has let it be known that she wants that championship. So that's definitely one of the things that's going to be looked upon once you are cleared to compete. How are you feeling about this feud with Mercy?
So I mean, last time, I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect going in. And when I went in, it definitely caught me off guard. I still, got my championship, but at the end of the day, she's still a competitor, still going to be coming at me for that title, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I keep it, whether I'm crippled or not.
Whether she crippled or not, she hanging on to that title at all costs. So one thing I noticed from wrestlers in general is that when you get to the beginning of the new year, you set out goals, You set out list of opponents that you want to go up against. So with that being said, who would you like to go up against? Who are some of the wrestlers out there that you haven't crossed paths with yet, but would like to go to have a wrestling match with?
Ooh, that's a good one. There's a lot that I've been watching. I've been watching a lot more. The majority of the time, I watched only like the big ones, you know. But over the last year, especially, I've watched a lot of smaller promotions, a lot of just smaller shows that are closer to me. And so I've got a whole bunch of people. There's a bunch of girls from Grindhouse that I've been watching. Lovely Miss Larkin, Vanessa Holiday, Allie Albright. They're people I definitely want to work with because I've seen them and they've just, I feel like I would mesh so well, but I feel like it would just be such fun matches. There's so many girls that I've seen at OVW too. Tiffany Nieves, Layla Gray, Green Girl Ellie, any of them, that's definitely goals for 2024. Um, I know at one promotion I was supposed to cross paths with her, but I didn't because it didn't work out. But I've been watching Charlie Pierce for a while now, and I've met her once or twice through working shows that we've just been on but never worked together. But I would definitely love to work her as well, and I feel like just any of the matches top tier.
I like Charlie Pierce, formerly known as Charlie Cool, evolving with her character. She's got something going with that. OVW been skyrocket since the wrestlers on Netflix. Every show at Davis Arena has sold out ever since. So they cashing a lot of momentum. I love Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. I've been to two of the last three shows of 2023. And they building a women's division there, or rebuilding it for that matter, with Vanessa and Allie, and Dixie, Larkin, and among others. Grindhouse definitely represent the Kentuckiana area. So they got a lot good going for them. So I'm excited to see what all these promotions have in store in 2024. Wrestling in general, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan with so many options, with so many opportunities that's out there. And just, that's a good thing. Like, you don't want to stick to just one thing. You want to see what else is out there. So it is a good time to be a wrestling fan indeed.
That's absolutely true. There is so much media out there. There's so many wrestling promotions. There is wrestling every single night of the week on TV. And if it's not on TV, there is wrestling all over the place. There's all these smaller independent shows, other promotions. There's just so much you can cover. And I love to go and watch other promotions to see what they're doing. I love to watch the bigger stuff. I'm always loving to rack my head around ideas and come up with stuff that I see.
So I like this Tegan Rose character. As a matter of fact, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. Since Bailey met Roberts, for Girl Fight Wrestling, and other promotions there. So I go way back with you. And I was like, Tegan Rose, that's Bailey. Oh man, she don't switch it up. So I like Tegan Rose. I like what she's doing. Um, so what was it like making that transition from Bailey Roberts to Tegan Rose?
It was definitely very challenging. I came to a point where I had just I had realized that, I needed to kind of change it up a little bit. I needed to do something different. I needed to find something different. And at the time, all I was really not really known as, but all people really remembered me for was, oh, you're so and so's kid. You're so and so's kid. And I know it was just a name and everything. Like that's just how they remembered me. But it made me realize that I wanted to pursue something, make the career, and make it something where I was known for me. I was known as Bailey McRoberts, or I was known as Teagan Rose. So I came up with the whole thing and just decided it was time for a change. I decided it was time to continue my path, but continue it, try and make my own legacy. And it's been really fun. It's been a really fun, especially eye-opening experience, realizing how much I've had to think about with it.
Yeah, and obviously when performers go to that transition, definitely could be challenging. And you wonder if this is the right move. You wonder if this is something that you think is going to work with the fan base and work with the promoters, things of that nature. But I see that it's working out. I mean, you find this character and you are embracing it. You are invested in Teagan Rose, and it is saying something. Like when you have something, you hang on to it, and that's what it looks like you're doing. You find something that you really like, and you go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Tegan Rose has worked out very well. She's getting the opportunities. She's winning championships, and she's getting some high caliber matches. So in 2024, it's going to be a special year, especially once you are merely get cleared to compete. So yeah, so I'm joining with Tegan Rose. So as far as 2024, as far as that is happening, so let me ask you this, as we was just talking about that. What's your advice to those who's in the situation that you was in, going from one character to another, or trying to find out what works or what doesn't work? What's your advice to those who's going through similar situations that you went through? Like, what's your advice to your fellow peers out there?
Oh my gosh. It's so weird giving advice because I know I'm still figuring out myself. But I mean, I know when I was initially trying to come up with everything and deciding to change my character and figuring out what was the right move and what wasn't, it was trying to decide whether, because Bailey McRoberts was just me. That was just me. I'm just me, girl. Love this like kind of punk rock aesthetic stuff. I was just happy to be there and everything. And I kind of had to, you got to think outside of the box a little bit. I mean, I took something that I was like, oh, I like this. And then I took it and I made it times 100. I was like, oh yeah, I like flowers. They're cool. I like the DC movies with poison ivy and stuff. And so I took it all and it just amped it up. Because I feel like at the end of the day, no matter what character you try to make yourself, it's always still going to be you.
Well,
It can be different, in it could be me times this much, me times this much. I took something that I was like, yeah, I'm kind of into this, and then I made it myself times 100. And I feel like to really be successful, you got to kind of do that to yourself, because if you're going out there just as yourself, when you're open to all this criticism and everything, you're going to be freaking out about, oh, what if what I'm doing is not good enough? If you take yourself out there as a character times 100%, you might have some criticism, but it's not going to feel so personal. And that was the big issue for me, especially when I was being more of a not good person, when I was being more of a bad guy, that was my concern. So that's the biggest thing for me, is just kind of take yourself, but make it times 100.
Absolutely. Criticism comes with the territory. Um, whether you're a web performer, whether you're entertaining, or whether you're wrestling, musician, acting, that criticism is always going to come, unfortunately. With wrestlers, it hits different because I'll say this from a fan perspective. Like, y'all do so much. Y'all put your bodies on the line just to entertain us fans. And I know everybody's human. We all go through some things. I feel like y'all are some of the toughest athletes in the world. I mean, and y'all put your bodies on the line on a week to week basis. You know what I'm saying? There is no quote unquote off season. Uh, you know, it's
Right.
tough. It takes a toll to a human's body. Um, so I feel like with the criticism that the wrestlers get, especially when it's not constructive, it's not right. I feel like what y'all doing all y'all can to 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 entertain us fans. Like, regardless if you cheer for your favorites or boo your not so favorites, as long as you having a good time, as long as a fan is having a good time, then I think that's all that matters. Like, did you walk out of this enjoying the show? Did Tegan Rose stood out to you? I know she did. So, um, props to you wrestlers for what y'all do. Because it's not ballet, as people like to say.
It is definitely not. There is so much more that goes into it. If you hear a baby, there's a baby next to me. But anyways, there is so much that goes into it that just you wouldn't think from first glance. And there's so much more, at risk. You put your body on the line. Even me, I was doing it, but I didn't realize, I didn't think about the fact that, oh, what if I get injured? Or, oh, I could do this. I mean, the injury I had was kind of unrelated, but still, the fact that it occurred, I was like, man, this can really happen. You don't think it happens until it happens to you. And so the criticism can get very hard sometimes, but that's why I kind of did what I did, because it really helped with that and helped me, keep myself in check and remember, hey, if you had a good time and they had a good time, that's all that matters.
Well said. So where can people find you in social media? As far as people keeping in touch with your upcoming
Oops.
matches, upcoming shows, where can people find you on social media?
So I have just about every social media out there. I have Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you call it, Instagram, TikTok, uh, Face. I gotta remember them all. Some of them are different. Twitter and Instagram are both Tegan Rose Zero. TikTok is at Tegan Rose Zero, and my Facebook is my name, Tegan Rose. Uh, and then I also have a YouTube channel. I don't upload to it all the time, but usually my more noteworthy matches or matches I'm really proud of, I'll put on there. So they can find me at any of those social media platforms, or they can find me at any promotions. I'm working promotions, especially close to here. I'm working Supreme in Madison, Indiana. I'm working New Era in Shelbyville. I'm working XCW down in Jeffersonville. Area and locations, so they can catch me any of those shows as well.
Well, seeing that you do work at the Jeffersonville area, I'll definitely will have to check you out. Once you are medically clear. I do go to the arena, um, very historic place in the Kentuckiana area. Go check that out. Go check out Supreme Wrestling. Go check out all these promotions. Tegan is coming back, and she's coming back with a vengeance. And you know, I like the poison ivy analogy. I do love Batman. I like the Batman movies. So thank you so much, Tegan, for your time being on the show, being in the dark. Shout out to the baby in the background. We love babies on the show. We don't mind the babies, you know what I'm saying? But great chatting with you on this first live show of 2024. And I look forward to see you at Jeffersonville in the future this year for sure. So thank you for your time, Tegan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun.
And you know, shout out to everybody that be multitasking apparently. So you have a good night, Tegan. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye bye. All right.